All right. Sorry, for those of you at home, make sure you update slide 9. It should. If not, you have one deleted. We're TP casting this poem. So we're on the T for TP cast, which is title. The title is travel, and we're just making general observations. You're not trying to figure out what it means in relation to the poem. You're just trying to look at it standalone. We decided in class it means to go places like around the world. Anything else? Nah. All right. P is to paraphrase. We got to read it first before we paraphrase it, okay? Eyes on your screen. I'm going to read it. Travel by Robert Louis Stevenson. Make sure with poetry you read it like it's punctuated. You don't have to stop every other line. It doesn't always have to rhyme, okay? I know, ironically. All right. I should like to rise and go where the golden apples grow, where below another sky parrot islands anchored lie, and watched by cockatoos and goats. Lonely Crusoe building boats. Crusoe is talking about Crusoe from the Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, same author. Yeah, Robinson Crusoe. We're in sunshine, reaching out eastern cities, miles about, are with mosque and marionette among sandy gardens set. What's a mosque? No, that's mosque. Good correlation, though. Mosque. Q-U-E. A mosque is a place where people worship like a church, okay? So mosque and minaret among sandy gardens set. And the rich goods from near and far hang for sale in the bazaar. Whoops. Where the great wall round China goes. And on one side in the desert blows. And with bell and voice and drum, cities on the other hum. Come on, page. Mine's not working. Hold on. There we go. Okay. And with bell and voice and drum, cities on the other hum, where are forests hot as fire, wide as England, tall as a spire. Spire is like that tall, skinny, cylindrical room on a castle. Yeah. Full of apes and coconuts. Hunting fish, we're on the right side now, before his eyes, where in jungles near and far, man-devouring tigers are. That's where we got the word devouring from earlier. Lying close and giving ear, lest the hunt be drawing near. Or a corner by be seen swinging in a palanquin or palanquin. I think they're trying to, that's what we call a forced rhyme. Whenever it doesn't really rhyme, but you make it rhyme based on the previous phrase. Where among the desert sands some deserted city stands. All its children sweep and prince grow to manhood ages since. Not a foot in street or house, not a stir or child or mouse. And when kindly falls the night, in all the town no spark of light. There I'll come when I'm a man, with a camel caravan. Caravan's like a bunch of them riding together. Light a fire in the gloom of some dusty dining room. See the pictures on the walls, heroes, fights, and festivals. And in corners, find the toys of the old Egyptian boys. All right. We've read it. Let's paraphrase it. Paraphrase means to quickly put it in your own words. What was this about? Who's him? Don't assume that. Do not ever assume that the narrator is the same as the author, okay? No, we don't know that. So what can we say? I already gave you the answer. You're right. It's about him traveling, but the him in this circumstance is the narrator, okay? It's about the narrator's, let's say, the narrator's desire to travel and where he wants to go. We do know it's a he because we use a pronoun later on when I'm a man. Wants to travel. When he was a kid, he was interested in specific places. Now when he's a man, he wants to go to those places. What? There you go. You could, for sure. Be careful. Remember what I just said. Do not ever assume that the narrator is the same as the author. Doesn't mean that, okay? Now, if I tell you this is an autobiographical poem, yes, it is about the author. This is not. All right, connotation. This is where we look at all of the figurative language, similes, metaphors, imagery, persona, all of it, and try to figure out what do they mean by it. Because a lot of times poems have a general meaning above the surface, and then when we dig deeper, they mean something more. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're just what they are. So let's look. This is where we go back and reread. I should like to rise and go where the golden apples grow. So what initially do we see? A simile? No. Give me some ideas. A metaphor? Are we comparing two unlike things? No. An idiom? Like a saying that we say, like it's raining cats and dogs? No. Hyperbole, exaggeration? No. Imagery? Description? Yeah, that's it. So golden apples grow. I could have just said, I want to go see some apples. But instead he said he wants to rise and go where the golden apples grow. And it does rhyme, so that's why a lot of these words have that meaning. Where below another sky, Parrot Island anchors lie, and watched by cockatoos and goats, lonely Crusoe's building boats, where the sunshine reaching out, eastern cities miles about. Anything that we see that's a simile or metaphor so far? Personification, giving human characteristics to non-human things? No, it is all going to be imagery. I will usually go through line by line with you guys, and in most poems we will. This is all description using imagery. Fine with me. About the places, the author. No. What is it? Not the author. Narrator. Thank you. Wants to go. Eastern cities. Mosque and minaret. Sandy gardens. Now listen to this because this will be important for your quiz. And the rich goods from near and far hang for sale in the bazaar. So what can you define a bazaar as? Hang for sale in the bazaar. Say it loud. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Be careful with that. Whenever you have your quiz, you're going to have, or you can look at this passage or this poem. You can use it, but make sure you understand. It says bazaar, hang for sale in the bazaar. So therefore, it's going to have to be a place where you can buy stuff, okay? All of it's just imagery. We're lucky we don't have anything else, but we will usually go line by line to figure it out. All right, what's the attitude or tone? Remember, it's the feeling the narrator wants you to get from the story, okay? He's what? Yeah. What do you think, Alyssa? Yeah, he's dreaming about it. I would agree completely. So I'm going to say we're going to combine your two. Let's say enthusiastic narrator is dreaming about where he will visit. Enthusiastic for sure. He's excited. He's enthusiastic about where they're going, or he's going, wants to go. All right, shift can be a ton of different stuff. It can be a shift in narration. It can be a shift in the topic or the information that's given. It can be a shift in verbs. I'm going to give this to you because this one's hard. There's not a lot of deeper meaning in this poem. That's rare. You will almost always find a poem that has deeper meaning that's not just about travel. It's about like life or death. No, this one's just about traveling. And that's rare. You're never going to find that. So we've got to shift it first. He's talking about where he dreamed of as a kid. So dreams of travel as a child. There, yeah, and we're going to talk about his adults at the end, his adult ideas at the end. So he's talking about his dreams as a child. Then he goes into the second shift. He goes into where specifically. Where specifically he wants to go. Where specifically he wants to go. Cities with the other hum. Forests. Hot as fire. Hot as fire would be considered what? Simile. As, because it's using as. And then lastly, where he will go as an adult. That's the third shift. This is a hard one to find. Shifts are easier to find when they're broken into stanzas. These are broken into couplets. Can anyone think about what that means? Couplet. Yeah. What's a couplet? Let's use the word couple to figure this out. Yes, Alyssa. Uh-huh. Yeah. Look, couplets are whenever the author divides each thing by 2 lines. So you've got 2-line couplets that rhyme with the next 2 lines, that rhyme with the next 2 lines, that rhyme with the next 2 lines. Yes. You press Command Z first to figure out how to get it back, and if not, you have to go back to slide history. I'll help you with it if you need some in a minute. All right, title. Now we actually look and say, why is this passage titled the way it is? Okay? Like, why? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and he is going to travel. Exactly. Yes, Alyssa. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Poem itself is about a man who wants to travel. This one was easy. Sometimes you'll have a poem that's titled The Penny Saver, and then you'll have what we just read, and you're going to say, what? Why? In the beginning. And then once you read it, you say, oh, okay. Now I get it. Poem itself is about a man who wants to travel. It's about travel. It is. It's so simple. It's the easiest one you'll have all year. Now, I will tell you, though, if they include a poem on your test, it won't be something that's so, like, complex you can't get it. You won't have that until 7th, if not 8th grade. If you plan on doing AP in high school, advanced placement classes, you'll have poems, and they'll be hard. Hmm? Say it one more time. We'll talk about it. The theme is anything that you can apply to anyone, anywhere, any place, anytime. It doesn't have to be about travel. In fact, it probably won't be about the topics, or not, I'm sorry, not the topics, the characters in the story or the theme, like the overall idea. Let's think about it. What can this poem teach us? What kind of moral can we get from it? Usually I look at the attitude or the tone. It's enthusiastic about dreaming about where you travel. So how can we kind of turn that into a theme? Try it. Don't what? I like that idea. Would we agree? Always chase your dreams. Love it. I love that. Great idea. Blaine said, for those of you at home, you can always do things you put your mind to. Good idea. Uh-huh. Love it. Goes with it. Fantastic idea. But be careful because they like to change it up. Sometimes they'll ask for the central theme and it will be like this. Sometimes they'll ask for the central theme and it'll just be a main idea. If we were to be asked or if we were to have a main idea question, what would the main idea be? Even though it's fiction, they don't usually do that. What would the main idea about this poem be? A man wanting to travel. Yeah. It's usually in the paraphrase if you're confused. Okay. This poem is going to be on your quiz as well. Let's ask ourselves. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tutoring session with this. What's this man most want to do? What's this man most want to do? What does this man most want to do within this poem? Travel. I mean, really, it's as easy as I can get. Does he want to build boats with people? No. Does he want to just buy stuff from a store there? No. Does he want to find artifacts? I mean, don't go that far, y'all. Does it tell us in the passage? No. He wants to see things like heroes fighting and festivals and stuff like that. Never does it say he wants to collect artifacts, though. Be careful with that. Yes. You are right. And that's at the very end. Find the toys of the old Egyptian boys. But is that the whole poem or just one section? That is such a good statement. And in that question, students that really read it and understand it sometimes fall victim to that answer choice because it does say a little bit about that, just where you mentioned it. And guess what? These two lines would be in your part B answer choice too to prove it. So it'll get you. Yep. Me too. I agree. I agree. I agree with you completely. But we can't go that far. We can't input our opinion too much into it. So basically, wants to travel. Does it say that he wants to travel in any specific time? No, but if that's the only answer choice that it gives you, like he wants to travel while he's young, but all the other answer choices are bad, you choose that one, okay? Any questions so far? All right, those of you at home, make sure that you finish the column in the middle that we did together. You can do it as we pause or as you pause the video, or you can do it after you watch the whole thing, okay?